Why can't you stop thinking about them even when you want to? Have you ever had a name resound in your head, like a forgotten song or a face flashing in your mind when you least expect it? You try to work, sleep, or laugh, but they keep coming back, uninvited and unexplained, as if they've taken up residence in the back of your mind and made the decision to stay there. The haunting question is still why they're thinking about you now. Or is this entire experience just something your mind made up to make sense of a silent void? Let's take a journey that goes beyond your thoughts and delves deeper into the psychology of emotional attachments, unfinished stories, and invisible connections that we don't fully understand. Number 1 is the unfinished chapter you're still reading. Sometimes we hold on to people not because they were the best thing that happened to us, but because something between us felt incomplete. Perhaps it was a conversation that never took place, a farewell that was never said, or a future that was once imagined and then subtly erased. This is known as the Zeigarnik effect by psychologists, the propensity of our brain to dwell on incomplete events. It seems like your mind is always playing the same memory, the same hope, and the same moment over and over again, in search of a peaceful conclusion. This is the reason they appear in your dreams, in your quiet moments, in songs, and in the shadows. They are a ghost of what could have been, and your mind, like a detective with nothing to close, never stops searching for. The second sign is the appearance of emotional echoes. You sometimes sense them, don't you? It's reassuring to think that maybe they're also thinking about me. It's like two hearts speaking across time and space. But here's the cruel reality. Beautiful, nasty jokes may be performed by your imagination. Your brain begins to notice every little thing that might link you to someone when you think about them all the time. Sometimes, inexplicably, two people do think of each other at the exact same time. No message, no call, just a knowing, an unseen thread tugging at both ends. But it's rare, but real. Number 3, a post, a song, a random message, and all of a sudden everything feels like a sign. But it's usually just your brain searching for patterns where none exist. Confusion between profound emotion and deep thinking may be dangerous. Affection and fixation. Initially, both masks are strong and take over your thoughts, making you need someone like oxygen. However, one is nourishing while the other is devouring. How can you tell the difference? Real-life connections are the foundation of love. It gives you a sense of security and support. Obsession stems from imagination, a mental image of the person you've created. It thrives on absence and causes anxiety, rather than calm if you're always checking their status and reading their messages. Examining silence. Number 4, dopamine's involvement in emotional memory. Let's go even further. If your happiness or melancholy relies on their attention, or lack thereof, you are not in love with them. Rather, you are caught in a vicious cycle that your mind cannot escape. Happiness, passion, and suffering. The reward molecule dopamine is released by your brain. Your brain retains memories of that individual based on their feelings, as well as their ideas. You, which is why a song, a fragrance, or even a stranger laughing at the same thing may transport you back in time. It's the feeling you have for them, not the person you're hooked to. This is how emotional habits develop. Instead of only recalling them, you experience them again. And each time you do so, your brain creates stronger connections that make it simpler to think about them later. Now, let's address the question. Do they even consider you? To be honest, you think about them a lot. But do they think about you? It depends on whether there was ever a deep, genuine emotional bond between you and them. They probably do. Sometimes. Sometimes not at the same time. But if you were always giving more, always chasing, always hoping, then maybe they don't. And that's okay, because their silence doesn't take away your feelings. It just gives them clarity and tells you where you stood, and more importantly, where you stand now. 6th place. How can you stop this never-ending cycle of memories, thoughts, and what-ifs? How do you silence the noise? You may not want to hear this, but you need closure from yourself, not from them. Give it a try. Recognize the notion, don't argue with it, and just remark, there they are again. And let the idea to drift away like a leaf down a river. Don't fight the urge to resist. Fixation flourishes in silence. Learn something new. Start something fresh. Make a move. Not to forget them, but to keep yourself in mind. Pull back the connection. Stop reaching out. Stop checking. And stop feeding the loop to test it. Observe what happens if silence is met with silence. Your mind is strong, and if someone is renting your space, you have the option to evict them at number 7, even though they were never truly the one. The twist is that sometimes you miss not even them, but rather the concept of them and who you were with them. It's the way they encouraged you to feel alive, yet maybe that version of yourself still exists. It's just not with them. Number 8 is the last option. Sometimes the person we can't stop thinking about was only a mirror reflecting a part of ourselves we'd forgotten, which is why we cling on. Not because they were flawless, but because they briefly awakened something inside us. Hold on, or let go. So where does this leave you? You can either keep thinking about someone who might never return, or you can return to yourself, not with regret or bitterness, but with clarity, because the truth is that if they are meant to return, they will. And if they don't, your life still has beauty beyond them. The person who occupies your thoughts may never realize the space they've taken, but now you must decide whether they deserve to remain in your thoughts for another day, or whether it's time to finally free yourself, because peace is found in returning to music yourself. Please, like, subscribe, and share this video if you think it's helpful, so we can make more. Thank you.